In the deepest, darkest corners of our planet's oceans, where sunlight has never touched, a legend stirs. This isn't just any story whispered by sailors. It's the chronicle of a creature so vast, it redefines the very concept of a monster. This is the story of the kraken, reaching its ultimate form, a titan of the abyss. Imagine a being larger than any blue whale, more colossal than any creature that has ever graced the Earth's oceans. We're talking about a true Leviathan, a living island of muscle and might. Its body, a mountain of flesh, dwarfs entire naval fleets. Its tentacles, each one thicker than an ancient oak tree, stretch for hundreds of meters, capable of wrapping around the largest ship decks not once, but several times over. When this behemoth moves, the very ocean currents bend to its will. Deep within the crushing pressure of the Marianas Trench, the kraken makes its home. Here, in the eternal night, it is the undisputed king. Its skin is a tapestry of deep, shifting colors, but it's the veins that truly mesmerize. A network of bioluminescent pathways pulses with an ethereal, cold blue light, illuminating the abyss around it. It patrols these deep-sea canyons, not just as a predator, but as a sovereign, a silent, glowing god in a world of absolute darkness. Anything that drifts into its domain, from giant squid to the ghostly forms of deep-sea fish, becomes a fleeting meal. But the kraken's story isn't confined to the depths. Its legend has surfaced time and again throughout human history, carried on the salt-sprayed lips of mariners from every corner of the globe. The Vikings, those fearless Norse seafarers, spoke of the half-gufa, a sea monster so immense it was often mistaken for an island. They warned of a beast that could swallow men, ships, and even whales whole. Their saga tell of whirlpools, massive maelstroms, that would appear without warning in calm seas. They didn't know it was the kraken, surfacing from below, its immense body displacing millions of tons of water, creating a vortex, powerful enough to pull entire fleets into a watery grave. Across the Mediterranean, Greek sailors spun tales of Scylla, a multi-headed horror that snatched men from their decks. But other, older whispers spoke of something far larger, a single entity whose sheer size could capsize a trireme with a flick of a tentacle. These sailors knew to fear the unseen terror, the deep tremor that signaled a colossal presence rising from the benthic plains. They would pray to Poseidon, hoping the god of the sea might spare them from the master of the abyss. Even the intrepid Arab merchants, navigating the vast Indian Ocean on their dhows, had their own encounters. Their charts were marked with danger zones, areas where ships had simply vanished without a trace. They wrote of a sea serpent of impossible size, an Architeuthis that had grown beyond all natural laws. They described how the monster's movements could create phantom waves, rogue tsunamis that would crash over their vessels, spawned not by storms, but by the titan shifting in its sleep miles below. For centuries, these were just stories, cautionary tales told around flickering lanterns. But for those who sailed the great ocean trade routes, the fear was very real. The kraken wasn't a myth, it was a terrifying reality, an apex predator on a global scale. Its hunting grounds were the arteries of world trade. Imagine a galleon, its sails full of wind, making its way across the Atlantic. The crew is confident, the journey smooth. Then, the water begins to churn. It's not a storm. The sky is clear. Bubbles the size of barrels erupt on the surface. The sea itself seems to rise up. And then, a colossal eye, larger than the ship's main mast, breaks the surface. It is an eye of ancient, cold intelligence, and it is looking right at them. Panic erupts. The attack is swift and brutal. Giant sucker-lined tentacles shoot from the water, wrapping around the hull with bone-crushing force. The sound of splintering wood echoes across the waves as the kraken's grip tightens. Masts, as thick as a man's waist, are snapped like twigs. Men are plucked from the rigging, their screams silenced in an instant as they are dragged into the deep. The ship is just a toy, a wooden model, in the grasp of a god. The kraken doesn't just sink the ship, it systematically dismantles it, pulling it piece by piece into the abyss, until nothing is left but floating debris and the horrified memories of any who might have escaped on a lifeboat. These ambushes became the stuff of maritime nightmares, reshaping naval strategy. No ocean route was truly safe. Fleets began to travel in larger convoys, not for protection against pirates, but in the vain hope that the kraken might choose another target. The monster became a force of nature, an unpredictable, unstoppable disaster that could strike anywhere, anytime. But the kraken does not only hunt the works of man in its own world. It is a warrior. It faces rivals that are themselves the stuff of nightmares. Imagine a battle between the kraken and a megalodon, the largest shark to have ever lived. The ancient shark, a 60-foot engine of destruction with teeth like daggers, charges the kraken. But the kraken is a different kind of fighter. It's not just about brute force. It's about strategy and overwhelming power. The Titan of the Deep uses its immense tentacles as both weapons and shields. It ensnares the megalodon, its suckers latching onto the shark's tough hide. The shark thrashes, its powerful jaws snapping, but it can't break free. The kraken's grip is relentless, dragging the prehistoric predator deeper into pressures its body isn't designed to withstand. It is a battle of titans, a clash of primeval forces fought in the crushing dark. And more often than not, it is the kraken that emerges victorious, its bioluminescent glow the only light in the silent, swirling aftermath. It battles ancient plesiosaurs, mosasaurs, that have somehow survived extinction in hidden pockets of the ocean, asserting its dominance over all other marine predators. The legend grows with each passing century, each vanished ship, each whispered tale. The kraken is more than a monster. It is the ocean's ultimate immune response, a guardian of its deepest secrets, a terrifying reminder that humanity's dominion ends at the shoreline. And now, we see it one last time, in its full, terrible glory. A massive wooden warship, a floating fortress armed with cannons and hundreds of soldiers, has strayed too far into the creature's territory. The water darkens beneath it. The crew looks over the side, seeing a shadow that blots out the sun from below. Then, the ocean erupts. The kraken rises, its colossal head and mantle breaking the surface, water cascading off its immense body like waterfalls from a mountain. It doesn't just attack the ship, it lifts it. Two enormous tentacles wrap around the keel, and with a display of power that defies all comprehension, the kraken heaves the entire vessel out of the water. For a moment, the ship hangs there, suspended in midair, dripping ocean water, silhouetted against the sky. The screams of the men on board are lost in the roar of the sea. It is a moment of absolute, terrifying power. The kraken holds the pinnacle of human naval engineering in its grasp, as if it were a childish toy. Then, with a final, decisive movement, the monster plunges the ship back down, driving it deep into the abyss. The vessel disappears beneath the waves in a maelstrom of foam and shattered wood, dragged to the crushing depths where no light will ever find it again. The water churns, then settles. Silence returns to the surface of the ocean. Below, the kraken, the eternal king of the deep, sinks back into the darkness, its glowing veins fading as it returns to its silent, benthic throne, waiting. Thank you so much for watching. If you were as captivated by the sheer power of the kraken as I was, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's greatest myths and legends. Let me know in the comments what monster you want to see us explore next. Until then, stay curious.